I think like there has been a lot of discussion on, just, amplifying this sort of learning that yes, women, children, people with disability, all these vulnerable people, they suffer more. But in terms of practical steps, मतलब 2 साल गुजरने के बाद, where do we stand? Did we just learn these things, or are we now resilient enough to do something about it if any such situation occurs again? So इस particular point पे, like what's your experience has been, like if God forbid if any such situation occurs again, so do we have any different infrastructure or mindset in place in terms of protecting these vulnerable people?
So I think every disaster has actually taught us different things, and even in this one we did learn about these issues because this is not something new. This is not the first time I would be talking or someone would be talking about protection and privacy and safeguarding. This is a topic that has been there ever since the advent of disasters. So it's a very humanistic approach. If you look at things logically, you would not find anything new and innovative.
Right.
It's also a matter of basic right and dignity and giving people help and aid in a dignified, proper manner. In the end, it's all about human rights as well. So what have we learned? Yes, we have learned to do some things better. I think government, civil society, activists, philanthropic organizations, all the organizations that participated in the relief efforts, whether they were big or small, whether they were mandated by the government, whether they were just a group of volunteers who decided that they need to do something, they have all actually learned something. So regarding vulnerable people, what we've learned is yes, about protection. So when you build a camp or you give shelter to people,
right,
or you give aid to people, what do you look at? What are the human needs? What are the human needs of these people? Giving them aid in a dignified manner, making sure that areas are safe and accessible. Especially, I think another key lesson is about wash, health, hygiene.
Right.
There's a lot of debate about women who are going to give birth, so safe birthing places, women who are pregnant or women who have to breastfeed, giving them safe spaces and privacy within that very small camp, which is really a challenge to do when you have so many people cramped inside a small space just trying to survive. So we have learned to do a few things better. There have been mental health. That's another thing that people have actually talked about, that you've given people aid, you've given them food and shelter and clothes and basic needs, but have we given any counseling to them? What about the trauma?
Right.
Have any psychologists, psychiatrists, therapists, counselors, and all of these are very, very different, but has someone gone to give them mental first aid? And I think that's another thing that we've learned actually, that it's not just about giving immediate relief goods or shelter or a blanket, but it's or money. It's also about looking at the mental health and how people have processed this. A lot of people lost their lives. Imagine that is trauma. A lot of people have lost their lifelong belongings and their livestock. So their question is, how are they going to survive now, and how are they going to survive in the next, few months? That needs a lot of healing, processing.
Yeah.
So mental health is one thing that we've learned. We've also learned how to work better. So you said there are different actors. You have civil society, you have your district government, you have the DDMAs, the provincial district disaster management authorities, the provincial disaster management authorities, how they work together. You have, Department of Health and Department of Education, Department of Water. So within the government, there's a lot of collaboration and better coordination. And then within the development sector, the NGOs and humanitarian sector, there was better information sharing. In fact, it was the district government which was channelizing and telling all the NGOs that, you are going to pick these districts, you 5 organizations are going to work in these areas. So in terms of coordination, communication, sharing, I think this has been a better response. We've also learned, in fact, there was also an app that the government was using and telling NGOs that whatever work that you're doing, whatever communities you're serving, please let us know and put that information on that app.
Right.
So in terms of data, being data-driven, evidence-based, those are things that we have improved upon.